couldn't quite get to it. With 9 seconds left, that may have been the only one good opportunity they're going to get. Is going to find another one this time from Schnitzel.
998. Ost is a single touch of the ball, 2 points away from hitting that quadruple digits again. And I'm a play-by-play commentator. I got to speak what I see. Terminator at 24 points, difference being Ost at almost 1,000.
Yeah, that is the difference right here. And we're going to get this one. This one's going to end. Is Ost going to play this to the corner, try to get it away? Can Manhattan get a shot, get a little bit of momentum? But no, Niagara is going to take this one in another stellar fashion where they have just really been dominating against this Manhattan squad.
Yeah, so that was what, 13-1 game number 1 there, and then 11-0 in game number 2. Manhattan College, again, they've shown flashes of greatness. They've shown that they know what to do. It's just about cleaning up those edges. It's about getting out of each other's way and communicating about who's going to go for ball. I have to back up your point earlier about what you said about just taking it offensively and going, right? There's very little to be lost at this point. If you just dump it all into offense, completely go for these, and just trust your teammate and also trust yourself when it comes to making these plays, that's going to be a big score, the tastemaker here, the big difference. I would love to see Manhattan University come out here and push this to overtime at least, if not take a round off of Niagara University. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely possible, Manhattan.
Yeah, it definitely is possible, but they're going to have to get some luck off these kickoffs. I think the kickoffs have been a big issue for them. They've given it up into their half, and once it's been there, they've been unable to get it out. So hopefully here they can get a kickoff that bounces their way like we saw first game, and where they got their only goal of this series, and maybe get some possession that way.
You have to look at this a little bit different anyway. Pablo almost with a 3-1 on this one. Terminator rocking 7 and Derry all of them rocketing back. Will be on defense now. Double is on the side. Derry's back, so this is looking like a good setup. Centered out. Gosh, Schnitzel put this one up very high, and Pablo takes it aerially. I have to say that's another kind of difference between these two teams. It just seems like Niagara University, not that they're spending more time up in the air, it's just that they have that extra 1% of control. Manhattan College has done nice things up in the air, but again, Niagara just doing a little bit more.
Yeah, Manhattan looks a little bit like they want to stay grounded. They want to play like a ground style of gameplay where they keep it down, and Niagara not afraid to challenge them in the air due to it right here, and we're seeing it again. Schnitzel gets this one up high, and Pablo puts it upper 90 for the second goal of the game.
Yeah, that's about as high as you get to that one without touching the actual top bar. Feel like, I mean, this game is more reminiscent of the first one, unfortunately. Second game, there was 60 seconds or so before we had our first score, and then the big lion's share of those scores for Niagara University, of their 11, didn't really come so much until halftime. Rockin' 7 with a nice runaway here, and there you go. So 1-2. This is Manhattan College. This is the best opportunity that they have so far. The first one, the first goal was not completely an own goal, the one they got in game number 1. But this one is entirely their own. This was a runaway, taking advantage all day long. Rocking 7 saw the opportunity, took it, and put a point on the board.
Yeah, great job right here, and good cheat from Terminator to get up on this one again to try to bring this one back into it. And that's a beat from Rocking 7. He's really been the bright spot, I think, for this Manhattan College team, getting a nice touch here. But Derry places this to the side, and finally we're seeing some possession in the orange half. Can they get the rotations down? They kind of triple commit towards the middle, and it looks like Niagara is finally going to get some space, but Austin misplays it, or does he? He gets over one. It's going to be bouncing, and the miss from Rocking 7 leaves it over a net, but no, not going to quite get there, and somehow Manhattan staying alive right here, keeping this a one-goal game.
Yeah, that was a solid little opportunity. If they keep doing that, when they keep shaking that tree, they're eventually going to like what falls out, show.
Yeah, they are, and that's it. They shake it a little bit more, and while Rocking 7 is there. What a save. Man, they're not giving you any time as Pablo puts it right back on. You know, it looked like they were weathering the storm was Manhattan. They were doing a good job getting in front of these balls, but here Rocking 7 just misses this backboard read, and Pablo is able to clear it home on a pretty much empty net. So able to get a 2-goal lead here, but again, we're seeing the best game from Manhattan we've seen so far.
Yeah, which does kind of make sense coming in game number 3. They've learned a lot about this Niagara squad. Of course, it won't be the first or the last time that they do face them, but just like that. Schnitzel getting past defense a little bit. Manhattan didn't seem like they were fully set up on this one. Would have been a different story had they had a couple mans back.
Yeah, would have, but I think, again, they're trying to cheat up just a little bit, see if they can get that offense a rolling like they were before that last goal was scored, where they got some pressure. We'll see. This kickoff goes their way. Derry can't follow it. Now this is dangerous. Everybody cheated up just a bit too much. Now Pablo, he's going to have it at the net, and everybody commits out.
Yep,
Great angle.
That is continues to be the big difference here. How Niagara University players are able to maintain their ball or their car composure and angles and whatnot to get the perfect ones on that one. This is a full Manhattan College squad that's capable of ones like that, but it's just when the opportunities arise, that's when the difference is really coming in.
Yeah, it really is, but we'll see here. Again, this one not quite out of hand yet for Manhattan, but it's moving that way as Aust is he's showing that he's the fastest player on this pitch right now. He's beating everyone to every ball that's up in the air, and he's doing a good job of accurately placing them when he does.
Yes, 7 shots for 4 goals, 2 assists as well. Pablo taking advantage of that pretty nice 28 ping. 3 minutes to go here. Oz taking control, pop up and pop over. Again, that's Derry on the other side, not able to get up and behind this one, give that adversary interaction. I think there might have been his best opportunity, really. You know, if you just simply play the ball where it's at versus waiting for it to come over towards net and stuff, I think that's something that Manhattan College might benefit a little bit from, giving a little bit more interaction, not just giving up the possession, the shots onto this ball to then push it to a defensive stop.
I would agree. They're really kind of giving up the possessions, like you're saying, to this team, playing it to them. Now, Derek, he's going to have a chance. He gets a past one here. It's a decent little touch, but Aust again in the right spot, just seemingly coming out of nowhere to make sure he shuts this down. But a good pitch out. He's got Timinator, who has out of boost. The blue side of Manhattan been out of boost almost all series with the speed of Niagara getting to the pads first, and that chance just goes by the wayside because of it.
Nice, another bounce in here. This one from more like middle field or so. Yeah, just about half right there. That's where Oz, does touch it right there past that half court sign. So 2 minutes, 18 seconds left on. 7 scores separate Manhattan College, and at least tying this up and putting it to extra time. Again, they can do it, but the walking and the talking is going to be different there, and it's not going to happen if they don't get better on defense there. It was up, they had time to rotate on that one, it just didn't happen. The idea might be there to just, again, play offensively. There's nothing else to be lost really here, and so they might have been rotating around to try and get a big hit out or even a full shot on goal. One way or another, I think that the result of this will be the same, so I can't be against that. That gameplay, that changing gameplay, if that is true.
Yeah, I think Manhattan did show up a little bit stronger there to begin with. I think we all saw that their ability to really get some possession early, bring this to a 2-1 game, the closest it's been really all series, and keep it at 3-1 there for a little while, but now starting to just go Niagara's way. And it's looked like Niagara's just been the better team that's played together a little bit more, have a little bit better read overall on what's going on, and, you know, well-deserved win, really, I'd say, for them. I think we can call it at this point. Up 10-1 with 1:46 left, to start to get out of hand for Manhattan.
Yeah, that's fair. I hate calling games before they're done, but a 10-1 scoreline like this would require Niagara University squad to lose every single one of the 50-50 neutrals here for Manhattan College to come up and play against Niagara University squad that would have to basically put their controllers down to give up 9 scores, at least the way they've been playing. So. Not totally done quite yet. This would be a monumental comeback and one that I would love to be a part of, but it just seems less and less likely.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the way that Niagara is playing. I mean, they're just winning every aerial challenge. They're reading the ball as it's hit, and it's hard to beat a team that's popping off like that.
Yeah, I'll say that one of the biggest changes from I would say, more intermediate level rock player up to that higher is always thinking about where a ball is going to be and not necessarily where it's at, especially if you're not in a position to influence its trajectory and you're super close by. If it's farther away, you have to think about where it's going, not where it's at, where it's going to be traveling to, and who can touch it on the way.
Yeah, I would agree, and this shot's going to squeeze not just in yet. Timinator's going to have to go to the corner, see if he can get a block on it, but it's going to fall to Ost, who gets another shot, trying again to add to his already impressive score total in this series. 4 goals in this game. He scored 6 in another one. Fantastic showing from him right here. But as we get under a minute left, Manhattan still looking to get something going, trying to get this first week, get a little momentum going into the second one. This one is high. And oh, it was a decent chance at the read for the block, but Ost just can't be stopped right now.
Well, here's the thing, though, right, Shope? This is two players that went for it. They got up there and they at least played for this ball. The more you do that, especially in these high-pressure situations, quicker you're going to learn, quicker you're going to be part of a squad that would be more apt to give Niagara University a run for their money. 40 seconds separates these two teams from the end of this best of 5. This is, and this is the game number 3. So as long as Niagara University takes this, they'll be moving on along. Manhattan College, unfortunately, taking the L on this one. And that's, it's hard to do when you're playing up against a team that has put up double-digit points on every game so far.
Yeah, it is going to be tough. And here we go. Final. Oh, this is a decent chance that Rocking 7 trying to end this one with some momentum. Tim coming in hot, trying to get it there, but it's going to not be enough.
That's centered. Derry going for it, but Oz, yep, just gets that nice little boost up under, bouncing down. Nope, Rockin' 7's not done with this one quite yet. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so moving towards, yep, there you go. 112 being the end scoreline on this one. Talking a little bit about these numbers, Rockin' 7, unfortunately, the only member on the side of Manhattan who got a couple of solid shots. Derry had some good saves here, got 2 of them on top. No, only 1 save for the side of Niagara as Manhattan College, was just not spending so much time on the offense. But yeah, so this one's got a bow on top and done and dusted. 12-1 for the last, 13-1 was the scoreline for game number 1, and 0-11 was the scoreline for game number 2. Let's take a look here at the schedule and see what is to come and what to be expected in the future. Looking at next game coming up, that is Providence College taking on Georgetown University. We are not far away from that one quite so far. Shope, you got anything else for the good people before we go to a very short break and get this lobby set up?
Just excited, man, to get this next one going. You know, we got to get into it again. Great stuff to Niagara. Congrats to those guys in Manhattan. Definitely some things to work on there, but can definitely improve and do better, and look forward to them doing that.
I think that this game probably taught them a lot about specifically what they do need to work on, which is very, very important. Like I always say, I'll leave this little gem for you guys before we go to a break. But if you play a game and you take an L and you do not learn anything, then you just lost twice. Be back with you guys in just a minute. Alrighty, Rocket League fans. Due to a roster issue, I believe, we are not going to be seeing Providence College and Georgetown University going at it on stream today. They'll be back soon, I promise. I promise. Marist College and Quinnipiac will be resumed the next game on here. Accelerated up a little bit. We're just going to go to a very short break as one of these teams just needs a few minutes to prepare. They, their call time was a little bit in the future from now, so they are doing us a favor, hurrying that one up. We'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. Do not tune away. I promise it will not be long. And we are back. I told you it wasn't going to be very long, Rocket League fans. FBI Tugboat joined here with Shope, and shout out to our man producer, that's Juke, down there producing away, making our jobs just so much easier. We do appreciate it. We got Quinnipiac taking on Marist College here, and the last game of the day will be Wichita State University taking on the University of North Dakota after this one, Shope.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this one getting set up. Hopefully, maybe a little bit closer than the last one. Aggro team that looked like they were kind of untouchable, and definitely some things for Manhattan to work on. But still, a great showing from those guys. But excited to see this one. Providence and excuse me, Marist and Quinnipiac just always just keep looking at that previous game on the schedule that had to get canceled, and excited to see these two go at it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wichita, or excuse me, Marist and Quinnipiac, again, both colleges that have been in the EGFC before. Yeah, I guess we haven't really talked about this too much, but obviously there are seniors that are graduating every single year. Marist College, Quinnipiac could have possibly not had the same three sack that we saw lined up from last year. Not 100% sure about that, and we'll get it in just a second, get that action started. Wichita State, I'm also very much looking forward to. University of North Dakota has a very solid Rocket League team,
Right.
Rocket League squad. So I think that last game of the day will also be a very, very good one.
Yeah, those are two pretty major schools, mid-major at least schools where you're talking about in terms of the traditional sports and their athletics. Both teams competing very well. North Dakota renowned for its a football program, and Wichita has had a really nice basketball program for the last few years. So teams that have done really well in other sports and have shown up. Like you said, I've seen North Dakota squad. I haven't seen too much of Wichita's, but I've seen North Dakota squad that have been a very solid Rocket League squad. So we will see. But it looks like this game is going to get started here, and we're going to have Marist versus Quinnipiac getting going in game one.
Yes, sir. Marist College made up of Z-Ball, Cypher, and Tones. That is the same exact squad that they ran last season. So nobody graduated from this one. Smiggy, Pyro, and Grub making up Quinnipiac. Grub and Pyro, I believe, are older. Smiggy might be the new one. Don't quote me on that one, though.
Yeah, not 100% sure here, but already a threatening chance coming out. Going to go all the way through, and it's going to be Marist with a chance now themselves. It's going to come back out. A shot attempt, but no. Tones just a little bit over the top with it.
Yeah, Tones had a solid little lineup there, but again, both of these squads just kind of feeling each other out for right now, learning what they need to for the time being. Z-Ball gets that one taken away. Unfortunately, Grub just flying in here. Cypher, the last line of defense, gets that one popped out to the corner, buys his team a little bit of time to rotate and set up. Pyro, Smiggy, the double over on the left side. Z-Ball taking this one out. Grub realizing that, takes the wild ball off to the right. Possession given up pretty easily.
Yeah, going to give up possession just a little bit easily right now, but we're already seeing some good back and forth play with these teams, doing a good job of not really letting either team get too much momentum going just yet. A little bit, though, in the Quinnipiac's half, but they're going to get it out, and Z-Ball has to back off here to allow some space for Grub. He's going to get a flick up. It's going to be, good meat by Z-Ball, though, to keep this one in the corner and danger out from in front of the net.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little coordinated defensive attack there from Cypher, because I think that very, very good job on there. So Grub, yeah, so getting confirmed, Grub was on the roster last year, not Pyro. Pyro might just be a decently common name on that, but I'm certain beyond certainty is that this is a Z-Ball, Cypher, and Tones squad that is very used to playing for that Marist College team. Now Cypher putting up the first on this one, about 2 minutes in as well. We've, so far, Shope, we've seen a lot of teams scoring very, very early. I think almost 2 minutes might be the longest it took to put up the first score on the board.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, these teams have been going at it pretty early that we've seen so far today. But this one, both teams taking a little while to get it filled out. And Marist going to come out on top of it. I think, not really sure who was going to score first in this one. Both these teams look so evenly matched. But Marist comes out on top. But again, Quinnipiac have had their chances. And now it's going to be a chance for Pyro to come down here with a pinch to get something going down the sideline where there is some space. But he takes just too much time and Tones cuts it out.
Yes, so first player missed, but Cypher's right there to continue on. So Quinnipiac has been on defense for quite a little while now. Z-Ball gets that one out, and Z-Ball is trying to come back from that one. Excuse me, I think that was Grub who actually popped it over, and now this ball sent out pretty well. That's going to end decently. Z-Ball gets that second touch, that perfect one. Get this one out away, and no longer danger signs flashing. Cypher putting this one towards the middle, answered by Pyro. Now bounced down to the middle, tried for a second touch of his own to keep this momentum going on ball, but just like that, offense for Marist College resumed.
Yeah, Marist getting right back on the offensive. Quinnipiac has looked pretty good on the back end, but haven't been able to do too much when it comes towards the front end, as Marist is doing a great job of cutting them out. But right now, it's going to be Marist with an open chance at Toads. Oh, that's going to be a chance that I know he was back. He had the net wide open and an uncharacteristic miss right there from him to go wide on it. But Marist still, with that 1-goal lead, has a little bit of room to give for mistakes like that.
Yeah, Tones, that was an opportunity and a half on that one. But again, uncharacteristic. This is a player who's usually extremely consistent. I can't imagine that'll happen again very much. Z-Ball, nice touch towards that, continues this ball trajectory towards the side of Quinnipiac, and now cornered out a little bit. Tones gets a nice touch. Cypher hit the defensive player, but just like that, Marist College's offensive pushes over with, and they're forced to rotate on back. Pyro answering this one. That's going to be Cypher. Gets a nice hit, but the secondary rebound on that from his opponent keeps this one towards the goal of blue.
Yeah, doing a good job here of keeping that in. Now Quinnipiac finally getting an extended look at this offensive end, one of the first ones they've seen here coming in the last minute. Are they going to have a chance here? Anybody on the rotation? Pyro's going to get to it, but maybe went a little too far back, gave up the rotational chance, and allows Marist to take possession back. A pass mid for Tones, but Pyro, great cut to cut it out.
Pyro almost got exactly what he needed to on that one, just in the nick of time. Marist College players show up for this one, get that touch away, and not provide him the perfect angle on this one. Attempted backboard on that one, but Z-Ball answers. Pyro around. Pyro trying to get this one down, but Z-Ball is the one who answers it down low. Cypher actually missed, but that's going to be a-okay because Tone's backing him up on this one. Pyro again accepting towards midfield. This one going almost exactly towards half. Corner. 10 seconds to go. Separates Quinnipiac from the first L. If they are not able to take one, this is a nice little run. Smiggy over there towards the middle, and Cypher says no go, my friend.
Yeah, nothing going here. Now Quinnipiac gonna have to do something to keep this ball up. It goes to the side. Toad's gonna let that one hit. It could be dangerous for him, as it's gonna be Quinnipiac keeping it up. It's gonna go to Grubb to the back wall. Z-Ball, he's gonna clear it long towards a Quinnipiac player, but unfortunately not able to get there. And Marist gonna be able to take this first game.
Yeah, nicely done. That's hey, they go really fast and you don't have a whole lot of breaks from scorers, right? Only one in this one. That's Marist College just getting the slimmest victory possible. Shots evenly distributed here. That's Tones with the 3 saves, but a single shot across all Tones, Cypher, and Z-Ball shows me a very evenly keeled Marist College squad. A lot of shots coming out from Quinnipiac, but unfortunately none of those landed.
Yeah, a lot of shots coming out, but none landing exactly. It's probably the story of the game here. Quinnipiac, really, I think a lot of those shots were in transition, where they were trying to get it out of the half and playing it long towards the goal and allowed Marist to take it. Looking for them to get a little bit more possession like they did towards the end of the game there if they want to take this second game and make it more of an even series.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we see a couple more games like this. Might only be looking at a total of 5, 6, 6 scores across. What I am almost certain of is this will not be going down in a 3-game shutout 3-0. The way these two squads are playing, this might be the most evenly matched matchup we've gotten on stream here today, Shope.
Yeah, this has been very, very evenly matched up. I mean, the first game went to 5 games, but here in this one, that 1 goal difference where it looked like it could go either way for either team. Very, very close stuff.
Yeah, like I always say, and this is kind of like the defying of my phrase, but a lead of 1 is no lead indeed in Rocket League, given how the overtime rules do go. Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah.
And so just because at any given time, even and Tones almost bit the bullet for that. Marist College almost did by not grounding the ball out, because again, that ball is not done. Game is not over. That ball hits the ground. Bouncing around, Grubb trying to get a hold of this one, but Quinnipiac, the early shot on that one, Marist College really having to answer, or excuse me, that was Marist College with the shot. Quinnipiac really had to fight to get to that ball, but stretched out for it, took advantage. No scores quite yet. 35 seconds in.
Yep, 35 seconds in. No one able to quite get to get this one's cleared long over the top. No one else really flew up here to follow it, trying to get it to the corner to allow this Marist squad to get up and get some possession, but Quinnipiac solid on these back end rotations. Great cutout on the pass here from Smiggy to Grubb, but he's going to miss just wide, and a double commit from Marist is going to leave it somewhat open, but Pyro can't put the power on it that he needs to get it past the defenders.
So the guaranteed defensive stop there with a double up on defense, but really the name of the game there was the third Marist College player. I think that was Z-Ball, who was able to get that necessary hit. So now we're looking at a Quinnipiac playing on defense. Tone's almost there. Smithy gets right next to him just in the nick of time, taps that one away and gives it the interaction that's necessary. Trajectory changed. And now Quinnipiac trying to take this one out.
There they are. Tones,
Another fast shot came out from Z-Ball, but some very impressive Quinnipiac defensive stops, puts that one dead in its tracks.
Yeah, they are, and good stuff from Quinnipiac. They're really packing the net here when Marist is getting the opportunity to score and doing a good job of not really double committing too much on the back end, making sure that each of them follows their own roles despite playing it pretty close together. As another shot comes on target here, but really not one that's threatening. And I think this was the story last game, right, where Quinnipiac's getting these shots, but how quality are the shots? Are they going to get the passes into each other to be able to actually threaten the net, or are they shooting it from midfield like it's looking like they're trying to do here when there's someone back?
And I hear you. Quality shots.
Speaking of.
Now Z-Ball taking a perfect pass from top right side. Hits this one about as centered as you get on a net.
Yeah, this is a fantastic pass from Tones right here to get up around it and put it on the nose of Z-Ball. I mean, you got to give him credit for that play right there to get up and behind it and place that one directly in front of his teammate to give them the lead here. 1-0 was enough in game one. Is it going to be enough here in game two?
Oh, a little bit faster, and Z-Ball would have just pull shot at this one directly in. Quinnipiac right there and on the previous score. I hate to say, but the defensive snap twos, the rotations to change how they want to go from offense to defense, is a little bit lacking there for just a quarter of a second. That was the advantage College was able to take once and almost twice, Joe.
Yeah, almost twice here, but now again we're seeing Marist. Oh, lays off of this. It maybe had been a fake. I think he was trying to actually get his Tones, but it worked out either way with his teammate being right behind him. But Tones here going to carry it to the side, use all of his boost here, try to steal this corner boost. Take some time. That's a key miss from Pyro. Cyber's going to miss it. Toads misses it as well. And just like last game, a key miss from Maris. We'll see if Quinnipiac can punish this one this time.
They've got the offensive pressure there, but cornered out is purchased. Marist College all the time that they need to rotate around. Now Tones and company very well set up to get out of this. Tones on the side. There's a demolition as well, so Grub out of the ball for right now. Z-Ball is right there, and Smiggy is just on the other side. 1 for 1. No score for you, my friend.
Yeah, very, very close right there, but a great save coming out on the back end. Smiggy yet again meeting this pass to meet it because there's no one else on the back end. Both people out, challenging now. Going to be in the corner. Z-Ball, he's looking mid, but again, I think that's Smiggy that meets it and meets the pass to keep it out. And Pyro finally punts it down the field to try to get some field control for Quinnipiac. Going to miss on this follow-up, but a great clear out to relieve that pressure.
Yeah, not a situation Quinnipiac necessarily wants to be in with them on defense and Marist College shooting on offense, but at the end of the day, Smiggy has done a fantastic job, an absolutely Herculean effort at keeping this one out whenever Marist College is up close and personal, looking to get nasty and physical on it. Fantastic efforts by him has kept this score to 1-0. Marist College still barely, it's one score away from a tie.
Yeah, Marist College is one score away from the tie right now. Or excuse me, Quinnipiac is. Yeah, on to Marist, but not getting, again, the chances. Marist is winning these midfield battles is really, I think, the key right now. They're getting to these balls in the middle, and that's right there's a double commit that does nothing for Quinnipiac. Maybe gets a little bit of possession, but that could have been a shot attempt or a pass to the backboard, but either way, it's going to be Tones coming to it with low boost. He runs out here at the end. Z-Ball's back with full boost. Cypher not with much.
Keep away. Only a few seconds left. Yeah, so Quinnipiac, the double commit, given that it didn't work, now obviously it works. We'd be singing the praises and we'd be overtime right now, Shope. But pulling something like that, given that you're almost certainly going to give up possession afterwards when time's ticking down. If this was tied, it'd be a different story. But as it is, because they are behind, because they need to have scored one, every second ticked away is a second against them and for Marist College. 1-0 being the scoreline for a second game in a row. Who would have guessed it?
Yeah, I don't think I would have guessed this. This was such a close game, and it's been such a close series right here. And sometimes this is the way it goes. You're expecting these games that are as close as these to often bounce right back the other way. But Marist, again, I think their control of the midfield was really the deciding factor there. I think if you were to see a heat map of this game, you'd see a lot of time of possession in that orange half due to their rotations being able to cut off that ball before it really got to the back end. And yet again here, you're seeing, 6 shots coming out from Quinnipiac, which is not terrible. I mean, as opposed to 9 from Marist, but those shots aren't really passing back and forth or getting to each other. They're pretty much coming long distance shots from midfield with a man back. So they're going to have to do something really to adjust for that.
It's registering with the game, but again, as you were talking about, quality shots is not 100% there, and it seems like Quinnipiac has also not had very many of the double ups, right? Like the shot that you go for and it's close or whatever, but the defense is able to block it away. But also that second shot, it's always about that second one is not really going to be very frequent that you see in this high level Rocket League, that a single shot is just going to make it in by itself without any defensive interaction.
Right, and that's been the problem because, again, like a lot of these shots are on the transition, right? They're getting them from the midfield. They're getting them just a little bit in, and they're hard shots toward at the net, but like we said, there's one person back. But the problem is you can't have that second person there to follow it up because they spent so much time, most of the time, on their own back end. The guy that would follow that shot up is more worried about making sure he has boost to sustain an attack on the back end and is stalling his attack going forward. And so we're going to have to see if they can get some space and some stage space away as a demo comes in, and Tones is going to finally put one into the back of the net.
I swear I was actually thinking, once you were done, I was going to say, now I have to wonder if these demolitions, if that's where we go. We talked about this a little bit earlier, and I think it might have helped then as well, but we just saw the perfect execution. A low and slow bounce on in. Only defender back gets demolished, and there's no shot for defense after that.
None at all. And here we go. What a flick. He goes for the 180. Tones can't quite get it up enough, and that is the problem with the 180. When you're close like that, it does go in a pretty straight fashion. If you can't get the height on it, it's not going to be there, but Grubb clears the whole path, and Tones with a save on the back end. How he got there out of the net, I'll never know, but he saves the ball away after heroic effort for Grubb set up his teammate, and he couldn't quite finish it.
Yeah, he might have actually stretched his car out in-game, like just speed of light, just like that little blur coming through, because I am also at odds of how that just happened. Now, this one, difference being here.
No.
Oh, no! Oh, man! That was a wide open lower blow that could have came in there and been the first score for Quinnipiac. This has been so close. Quinnipiac has been held without a score, even though Marist College has only won both of these games by a single shot.
Yeah, that one could have gone in, and that's just to show you kids at home, you got to make sure you jump on your shots when the net's open. Don't worry about hitting it so powerfully. Just make sure you get that contact, and unfortunately for Quinnipiac, a lesson they're going to have to learn the hard way right here. But now Marist, a little bit more possession to the back wall. Grubb's not going to get there. This is going to be a shot chance. Z-Ball not quite able to do it. I think he thought someone on the back wall was going to make the touch for the knob, but Toads, can he follow it? Can he get there before someone else? No. Oh, he tried to twist it around, but had to wait too long on that ball to drop.
Yeah, Quinnipiac may not have put a score up quite yet, but defensive plays like that will keep them in any Rocket League game that they're going to be playing. Nice demolition there. The numbers on the side for Marist College for the time, or for Quinnipiac for the time being, but now we're back. Respawn's not very long in Rocket League at all. Any longer, I don't think it wouldn't be that fun, and demolitions would definitely be a bigger part of this game.
Already a pretty big part of the game, but not enough yet. Like you said, if it had been just a little bit more, would be too much. But now Z-Ball all the way across. Pyro's going to have to go for the long clear. Can he follow this? He's got one man to beat, but he's not going to beat him to this ball. Runs out of boost, gets a little bit of boost on the grab. A decent shot, but it is pinched out. But a little bit of boost issues on the back end for Blue. Marist finally going to get a little bit of a clear out, try to grab some two players with 30 or less boost, trying to get some pads on the back end, but not going to happen just yet. Quinnipiac with a chance, but it's cleared away, and great stuff coming out from Marist to make sure that they survive there.
Good job by Grubb getting up close and personal on that one again. Defense was all the way on point. That's a tap up. Z-Ball hits it again. Okay, I get what they're doing. Hitting this one super high aerially. It's making it impossible to get the angle from up top, while the rest of Blue does rotate around. Marist College, again, you can practically see these comms flying across the screen. These guys are very well coordinated.
Yeah, they really are, and they're trusting each other well. This has got to be a team that, you know, one of the teams that I've seen that's trusting each other on the touches well enough, even as we see here, Cypher with no boost getting around this ball, and his teammate not panicking and going to him, letting him take his time with that one, trusting that he can be there to help when he needs it, and waiting on him to make the touch. But now, again, Quinnipiac getting some pressure here, finally getting that boost that they need to get some chances around one, but it's not going to be past the last one. And, I think this has been a series where missed chances might be the story, and Quinnipiac missing a couple of chances here that could cost them.
Yeah, minutes still left. They have not put up a score quite yet. They have it in them. We know this. But, yeah, that last one, Tones just happened to be in the perfect positioning, and that just comes from, again, playing a whole lot of Rocket League and knowing exactly where you need to be. I'd say position, the biggest thing, and once you get up to your higher level Rocket League. Grubb with a pass, or a shot back over to the right. Tones did get that one up. Z-Ball went for it, but then realized the name of the game there was knocking defender away. So just like that, Quinnipiac still has a little bit of a shot here. But this ball has lived in the half field for quite a while. Trying to get this one out. Z-Ball continuing on for Marist College. Pressures continued. Cypher tries to get there, but Pyro rockets this one out. Fiery ball if there ever was one. Smiggy there. Grubb up, but Grubb blocked away. Tones actually with a very good rebound. Trajectory continued. That would have been a score.
Yeah, Tones is a name that I feel like we just keep saying more and more as this series goes on, as he's going to have a chance here against Grub, where he has been in the right place at the right time, either on the offensive or the defensive end for Maris.
One
And has been the difference is this ball is going to just roll down. Z-Ball cutting off the path of attack for Quinnipiac. And, you know, this is not a series that we thought was going to go 3-0, but it went 3-0 in about the only way that I think it could have, which was 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. I mean,
Yeah, just
Quinnipiac, as good as they played, cannot believe they didn't score a single goal there.
I am amazed as well. They played some really solid defense, but again, it was just about the taking advantage of the minor mistakes that happened. I literally don't think that you could. I mean, there was what there was a couple, literally just like a couple mistakes by Marist College. We taught, yes, Tones did a fantastic job, but there was one time that he gave up net completely, and it just that tiny little difference in angle that Quinnipiac was not able to take advantage of. They had solid shots on the mistakes that Marist College did have, but it just so happened that Marist was just a little bit more Johnny on the spot with coming up there, realizing what they're at an advantage, and taking it out. Of course, it didn't happen more than once per game, though.
No, not really more than once per game. I mean, they had a couple of chances that they'd missed in a couple of games, but I mean, I think that was it for both teams that we've talked about. But Quinnipiac, I think you got to feel good about that effort. You'd feel better about it if you scored in one of those games. You know,
Fair.
that's the
fair.
one thing that you're going to take away from it, where you're going to be like, man, you know, you can't go games without scoring. Keep holding them to one goal every game. I think if you'd told Quinnipiac coming into this series that, you know, Marist is only going to score one goal each game, they're going to feel good about their chances. But Marist being strong on the back end
No,
and not
I
allowing
get
it to
that.
go.
That's an interesting way to put it, right? Like, yeah, if you give him information, what do you think is going to happen? Like, we're not going to say what Kiak scored, but if Marist College only gets 3 scores total, 1 per game, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah,
Right.
I definitely think that would have been a different prediction there. Very, very well put. So we are going at Wichita State and University of North Dakota. As long as you don't have anything else here for this previous game.
No, I think we're good. We
Okay.
can throw it over. Check the schedule. I think it's, like you said, just the North Dakota and Wichita State game coming up next.
Yep, we'll be back with you guys in just a minute.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ETF second stream here for Rocket League going out. Had a really great day today. We're going to be able to move this North Dakota and Wichita game up for you guys. I think we're going to be able to get this one started here in about 10 minutes. So stick around here. We will be back for you guys as soon as we can. And I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be a very exciting matchup, I know. So again, we'll see you guys back here in about 10 minutes.
And we are back here live with the last matchup of the day for the EGFC Rockets League. I'm FBI Tugboat. With me is my man Shope. And down there producing away is the man Juke. We appreciate him, don't we, Shope?
Yeah, we do appreciate getting it all in the back. It's nice when we kind of just have to worry about the game in front of us. It's been nice getting all this stuff set up for us. And a game I know I've been looking forward to about to happen for us, this Wichita State versus the University of North Dakota. I think this is going to be an exciting way to cap off the day.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. A Marist College versus who was it? They just played against
Marist versus Quinnipiac. Last game.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. That's why we got you in here with me for not just lose it. But they are usually barn burner is a term I associate with a very high scoring game, but given that was a 1-0 all the way down, Marist College did take it out 3-0 in the best of 5, so did win every game, didn't drop a game, but only won by 1. It was incredibly close multiple times all the way throughout there. Could have gone either way. We could still be casting that one, Show.
Yeah, we definitely could still be casting that one the way that game was going. And it ended up going just in the way of Marist. I think they pretty nice for a couple of times just to be able to get that 1-0 each time in that series. What a close series that was. But this one, hoping to see a little bit more high scoring because it looks like we are ready to get started here as the players are in the lobby and we will be going.
Yes, sir. Running through here, I'll do Wichita State. I'll get my man Shope to do the University of North Dakota. Zenova, Mr. Gopher, and Qui-Gon Jim, not Qui-Gon Jim, but Qui-Gon Jim, making up the Wichita State Rocket League team.
Yeah, Wichita State over there with that one. But on the North Dakota side, we have Altoid Cannonball and Red Rocket Cannonball. Gonna score on cue with this off the backboard read from Red Rocket. Zenova and Gopher both up. They're not gonna be able to get there. And a great shot comes in from him to take the first goal of the game.
Yeah, so perfect time to have recounted out the University of North Dakota's lineup here, their roster, right as one puts it in. That I just had the tab there. That was Cannonball who was able to get that one going. Interesting stuff. Altoid as well. That is a name I recognize. I am not 100% sure about the others, but Zenova, another name that I recognize. Know that that is not a new Rocket League player. 30 seconds in, one score on the board, bouncing dangerously towards Orange, but Altoid takes a man hand on that one.
Yeah, he does here. He's going to get it around the side. He's going to do well with this to get it middle. And right now we're seeing North Dakota doing a good job of sort of controlling the pace of the game as Cannonball here has a nice cut around his teammate. Tries to get it under it, Qui-Gon Jinn, but not going to quite be there as Altoid makes the challenge in the midfield to try to stall out this attack.
Some vehicular manslaughter already here in the form of a demolition. Now, is it something you think we're going to see a whole lot more of in this matchup, Show?
Yeah, I do think that we're actually going to see that a little bit. I think both of these teams are pretty good. And, of course, as I say it, we see it happening. But both of these teams are, looking high level enough that demos become such a part of the meta as you get higher up in the game to try to throw off rotations that it's really hard to play without them at all. As Red Rocky here almost has a chance, but not going to quite be able to get that one through the defense.
Yeah, Zenova, the last line of defense on that one, and comes out a singing. Now that is another one as well. Showing what they can do on offense, showing what they can do on defense.
Yeah, great little touch here. Just gets it to Zenova, who comes out over the top, gets quickly to that one to put it away. And we have a tie game here, just under 3.5 to go.
Yes, sir. May as well have been still the 0-0 scoreline or whatever, because if one comes, the next one comes very quickly afterwards. That is always indicative of your higher level Rocket League players. And what an interesting way to deal with it, right? Just tying it up instantly.
Yeah, trying to, but here we're seeing, Wichita State getting it going, taking this possession, getting it to the North Dakota half, who look good, but it's going to be a score. I thought we were going to see a Qui-Gon Jinn getting it around and in off the Zenova pass.
Not sure how fast that is in miles per hour. That's 105 kilometers per hour. I would not have liked to have been on the other side of that one. If a ball can demolish somebody, that would have been a demolition right there. Qui-Gon Jinn cornering this one out very well. Cannonball actually hits it, but that's not the corner that they wanted to. He put that right back in the middle, and Cannonball, oh my goodness, no, he does hit it with the back right tire, and that's exactly what they needed, but Zenova comes crashing in for the third for Wichita State University.
Yeah, that right there was fantastic from him. And Zenova, I believe that's 2 assists and a goal. Is that 100%, I believe, goal participation in this game so far? I think I got it backwards, 2 goals and an assist right here, but fantastic stuff. He has been really playing well.
Yeah, wow. So assists, goals, no saves quite yet, except for Mr. Gopher. I think that North Dakota has probably earned one of theirs, but again, Rocket League can be a little wonky about how they attribute those points. Bounce over, Gopher pushing this one just a little bit too high. Defender might have actually just realized he knew exactly where he needed to put his car so that he either had to go high or go low and would have gotten blocked off. As it was, he went way too high. Doesn't have to hit that one because it was a bounce off. That was Zenova. Rolling this one around, tried to get up in front of Red Rocket, but hey, Rockets are fast, are they not?
Yeah, they are, and Red Rocket has been fast today, but not fast enough really to stymie out this attack. Still going for Wichita State, who looked like, you know, they were going slow there at the beginning, but are turning it on here as we're seeing a goal come in from Qui-Gon Jinn just to put it into the back of the net here. 4-1, Wichita State has turned on the Jets.
Yes, he is one with the force. Got this one rolling all the way on in. That was a solid attempt at the explosive defense from Cannonball, if you'll allow. But 4-1 being the scoreline with 2 minutes left. Qui-Gon Jinn getting that one up. Red Rocket also there aerially. Bouncing across towards the middle. Cannonball and Altoid with a mad dash to ball. Zenova rotating this one around, giving his team time, Wichita State, to get up close, get the necessary touches. Mr. Gopher keeping this one alive. Zenova on the other side with a very wonky hit on the car, but we'll buy it. We'll take it no matter what. Zenova demolition, bounce over. Qui-Gon Jinn trying. Cannonball almost knocks it in to their own. And Altoid answering with Mr. Gopher. What is the Caddyshack? Exploding Gophers. Yeah. Exploding Gophers. Run fun here, run fun. Yeah. There you go. You can hear the wheels turn up here in the old tugboat brain. It's not completely filled with cobwebs quite yet.
Caddyshack, a reference that, you know, I hope that our audience gets, but I'm afraid they may not get, you know, knowing the typical player base of Rocket League in the age.
That is fair. That is fair. Caddyshack did come out before even the archaic FBI tugboat was born. I'm only 28, and that movie was from the late 80s. And a bounce in! Oh my god, what a perfect angle! Zenova is not letting up on...
No, Zenova, fantastic stuff right there. Getting back to that one, but man, can't believe he got there. But still, again, this attack, North Dakota looked good to start out the game, but haven't had really much of anything going since. It's been all Wichita State controlling most of the pace of the match and making the saves on the back end with 18 seconds left. It's going to be tough. North Dakota's going to need one now.
Yeah, they're going to need 3 of them right now. North Dakota will. So we'll have time on the kickoff, but I do believe the keep away that Blue has played that to Wichita State, I do believe that is enough. We're pushing this one on in, and this has been incredibly close, even if this scoreline reads 4-1.
Yeah, it really has, and it's been really good gameplay to watch. High-level gameplay you're seeing here where these guys are reading the ball well, getting out to it quickly. Something you definitely love to see here, and great stuff all the way around from this Wichita State team. Look at the even scoreline coming out from these guys. You're seeing it here with everybody within 40 points of each other, which to me shows you the true mark of a good team where you're not relying too much on one player or another to really carry you.
Yeah, not relying on one single to put the backpack on and carry out everybody. I'm with it. Got to have those even distribution of skills and performances, really. What I'm looking at is the 3 shots from Cannonball. There was definitely more of that, and again, just what was attributed to him. But on both sides of this one, that was Cannonball, some nice saves. Zenova only got credit for the 1 save, and if this person did not get credit for that perfect angled 45-degree save with just a ball coming in as fast as a bullet, if they didn't get credit for that one, that is the biggest sloughing of 2020 so far, and especially in such a random year. That was such an impressive and perfectly orchestrated defensive block by Zenova.
It definitely was. That was fantastic from him to get the angle on that one, and he looked good on both sides of the ball there.
Yep, 100%. Came right out after that one, actually, and scored the 1 score that he got from last game as well. So, game 2 starting now, and they're getting it going in explosive fashion already.
Yeah, already getting it going, and here we go. Qui-Gon Jinn, he's going to fake this one around for Zenova, who's going to look midfield, baby, but no, he can't quite flick it to Mr. Gopher. This could be dangerous, but a great touch out to try to get this one away. We're seeing Qui-Gon Jinn take it over here, getting it back.
Zanova, ooh, Zanova, we got the angle on Qui-Gon there. That'd have been perfect, and if he could have gotten down, but no matter when you have double defenders coming up, getting up in the old grill there. Cannonball, nice hit out. That's decently centered, but yeah, Zanova had the boost with which to get there. That was almost a perfect corner on that one. Qui-Gon Jinn receiving it, and this is a UND, University of North Dakota squad that is not done on offense.
Now again, getting it back. And last game, you know, they started strong on offense. Oh my lord, gonna almost be there for the connection, but Wichita State still staying alive right now. Cannonball, can he get this read? No, but it's gonna go middle, but Altoid is coming away for it just to keep possession here. But Wichita State's boost is running dry. They have less than 100 boosts combined for the whole team. Finally getting some in the corner. Zanova tries to clear this out. Altoid clears it, or gets a stop on it, but Gopher gets it down the sideline, and now it's going to be a chance for everyone to regroup and see if they can get some boosts and rotation set up.
Yeah, this will be a full 3v3, like Shope said. Everybody's ready at this one, and after the ball spends that much time up top, everybody should be rotating and ready to go. Gopher decently loaded up with boost, and we'll have a lot more to do on this one now. Getting up close on that one, beats the touch from over Red Rocket. Now Zanova on corner. Corner is going to come out to Qui-Gon Jinn, if I believe so, but actually gets Zanova taken away there. Go for a little bit fast, got a little aggressive on that one, and what? Okay, I am not sure what I just saw. That's okay. Mr. Gopher receiving this one in the corner. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was interesting. Not really sure what was going on there.
I guess it's just a Rocket League. Yeah, it's going to happen when you have these fast-acting players like that. It's all good. Somebody may flip that. Who knows? 2 minutes 45 as this one bounces out towards midfield. Altoid has received this, comes in for what he wanted to be a tasty shot. Not going to happen just like that. Offensive pressure has switched, and we are hitting halftime, Shope.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing a different game than we saw last game. We're seeing North Dakota really dictate a lot more of the ball and of the field. Wichita State not getting that extended pressure that led to the 4 goals they were able to score last game. This time, it's been a little bit more shut down for them. You're seeing the adjustments that have been made, and they're doing a good job of keeping them out. But here comes a decent chance to the backboard. Zanova going to play for the pass, but Qui-Gon Jinn not enough momentum to really get that one on target.
Yeah, that front fender right there, the hood shot, if he'd been angled a little bit different, it might have been a different story, and Mr. Gopher just bounces this one over, and it makes it through, what, 4 different players?
Yeah, I'm not sure here. You have Red Rocket in the goal, and he doesn't even really jump for this one, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
I think he was low boost right there. For just checking, it looked like he was pretty low boost. Don't think he could have boosted around towards it, so decides to hit the brakes and go for it. So unfortunate stuff right there. But again, there was finally just a little bit of extended pressure from Wichita State that opened up the defense, and finally they got it again, what was really the key to the game 1. And so we'll see if they can keep that going where North Dakota can break out here.
Yeah, there's not been very many switches of momentum so far. Zanova taking this one up. If you want something done, Shope, you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah, you definitely do. And you're seeing it right here, Zanova with a great flip adjustment to be able to beat the defense to this ball. And 2-0 Wichita State. Again, this is a team that's taking out a really good North Dakota team right now that still looks very strong. So, you know, you got to give credit to these guys.
1 minute, 30 seconds, 90 seconds total on here. Zanova had a nice little run out, and man, oh man, almost actually provided the other side of a pinch that would have been an own goal here. Altoid barely misses that, and that could have very easily gotten past defender. That was a super shot for University of North Dakota to have gotten their second shot of the second goal of the entire matchup so far, having failed to put one up on the board quite yet, but there's plenty of time left, and 2 isn't that big of a lead.
Yeah, 2 is not that big of a lead. But oh, what a touchdown. 3 might be enough, and no, it's Qui-Gon just looking for it there, not going to be able to have it now. I like Zanova here, taking his time, getting it back, and trying to get it up over the top. But it allowed his defense to get set up behind him, which allows Gopher to cut this ball out and give it to Qui-Gon Jinn to keep the ball a little bit more in the orange half.
Little blue goal interaction here, 2-0, 30 seconds, still plenty of time here. Qui-Gon Jinn out, nice angle. Now there's a second one, and it bounces all the way up to put Wichita State University up 3-0. This is tied with the largest lead that they have had in this matchup so far.
Yeah, that's a great read from Qui-Gon coming off the roof right there. He was going for this 50 the whole time. He saw in front of him, not quite in the spot that he wanted, and he just follows it into the defender right there. Sometimes it works out. You get the dunk of your life, and that ended up being that one. And now with 3, make it 4. Saved away. Red Rocket somehow gets there on the back end, but 15 seconds left. They have to score now if they want any chance mathematically at this one. But this clearway, I think, is probably going to do it. Wichita State looking commanding right now, Tugboat.
Yeah. You wanna hear two grown men absolutely lose their ish and not be able to formulate actual English words even when they're two men who speak for a living. Just have some shots go in like that and have Red Rocket block that one out. That was an entirely white ball, right? Like it's got that highlighting part on it. Once it kind of goes, that looked about as close as it gets, Shope.
Yeah, it definitely did look as close as it gets right there. I thought that was one that was 100% going in, and Red Rocket gets under it. But I think you can see, and I think, a lot of the times scoreline is overrated when it comes to points and saves and stuff like that. But I think right here in this game, it's pretty indicative of it, right? North Dakota played pretty well, but they weren't getting as much of that ball as, you'd like to see them get, especially in meaningful ways. And you're seeing that 7 shots here, but all of them saved besides one, which I think was just off target. And low points because of it. But the main thing is on the back end, only 2 saves to the 7 shots from Wichita State. So they're getting the touches, but they're not really getting them on the back line where they need to try to keep the ball out. And you're kind of seeing that reflected in their points and on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's kind of the narrative the numbers tell, right? Very, very good point. I like talking about the effective shots, right? When we're casting together, we're going to continue talking about that because it really is just so important. You can almost be anybody in this game and hit super, super fast shots that will register with the game as a shot, but it's about the quality because very frequently and obviously you make a shot, other teams are going to have possession of ball shortly thereafter.
Yeah, they definitely are, but here's a chance for a quality shot. Sanova, look at the corner. Oh, I think if he chose the other corner, he got it behind Altoid. Just tries to squeeze it in front of him for the easier angle, and Altoid with the save here. Gonna keep North Dakota safe 4 now, but 30 seconds gone. Still not gotten a lot of the ball in their own half, and we're seeing this again. Effective midfield rotation coming out from Wichita State.
Effective midfield rotation, a fantastic way to put it. I like it. 40 seconds in here, no scores quite yet. And this one really has been all over the board. We've seen very early scores. We've seen 2 minutes plus with nothing up there. Mr. Gopher stopping this one very well midfield, but Cannonball is going to be the one who gets higher and on top of this one to maintain possession for right now. Blue trying to get this one out. Altoid almost there, but Zanova meets him, hits that one first, and gets it on over to Qui-Gon Jim. Mr. Gopher, nice little shot on this one. Not sure if Cannonball would have had the oomph to have gotten this, and if it had gone towards goal, might have been a shot at a longer range one in this matchup that has not seen a point on the board quite yet. For this game, not the matchup.
Yeah, this game hasn't really seen anything go just yet, but we haven't seen North Dakota hit pay dirt since game 1. But of course, the curse of the castaway here, as it's going to come from Altoid to Cannonball, and it's reminiscent of that game 1 goal where Cannonball just does what his name is and barrels it home out of a cannon here coming into the net.
Yeah, you can practically see him grabbing the knees, just flying on into this one, waiting for a big splash on the other end of that pool. 90 seconds in. This is University of Dakota in the lead for the first time in this matchup.
A good job here, finally getting a lead, getting a nice early lead here. See if they can keep it going, but we've seen Wichita's pressure break them down in the latter half of games so far, but we'll see what kind of adjustments they can make as Cannonball plays this one, unfortunately, right to Mr. Gopher. Gopher gonna be right around him again, but Altoid is there to clean it up, and I think it's those little bitty touches like that that just kind of end up going to Wichita State that has been the difference in the series. You're seeing just a few missed touches from North Dakota that Wichita State is able to take advantage of every game.
2 minutes 50 in here. We talked plenty about taking advantage of mistakes, and I think here's an apt way to put it right there. Offense up against blue. Cannonball trying to receive this one on the other side. Does get the touch, so Qui-Gon Jinn isn't going to have any stroll on into this one. Well, Cannonball on a run and gets in front of Zanova. Nicely done. That's going to be the second here for Cannonball and the second for the squad of the University of North Dakota.
Yeah, great stuff right there. He's just trying to play this one long and gets fortunate, plays it right into the back of the defender to pop right back up for great reaction time on that one to be able to put it away. And now North Dakota getting a nice 2-goal lead, their first 2-goal lead of the series, and see if they can get it going. You know, held scoreless last game, but finally finding these transition chances here in game 3.
Ball taking this one to the corner. Altoid out. Now we haven't seen any extra games so far, but this one continues on. We're gonna get, or sorry, we've only seen the one game of extra, right? The 1 game 5, that was the very first. So this would be an awesome way to finish it. We anticipated this one being an absolutely electrifying match, Shope, and I think we have gotten our wish. 2 minutes left, 2-0 on the clock. What is going on, Shope?
We're seeing just, again, the team from North Dakota is doing a really good job of adjusting. They're beating, and I think they're using their speed because, you know, gun to my head, I'm going to have to say that I think North Dakota might be a little bit of a faster team, but you're seeing just cleaner rotations come out here from Wichita State, which has been the difference. And finally, though, Zanova going to say, look, man, you're going to tell me I'm slower than them. I'm not going to let you. I'm going to score this one off this backboard, beating everyone to this. But, yeah, like I was saying, I think Wichita has...
Yeah, you really did beat everybody to that. Wow. I only saw, yeah, good point.
Yeah, beating everybody to it. But for the most part, I feel like it's been North Dakota played with their speed to dictate the gameplay when they can. And they're doing it again right there. And Wichita has been using really good rotations to do their damage. But here in this game, North Dakota is really just trying to capitalize on that speed and use their transition play to score goals.
Sure, with it. Gopher out. Towards the middle, that's Zanova in front, who's actually going to be able to maintain momentum of this one. Got it centered out decently. That's 1 defender, that's 2 defenders, still keeps it up. Qui-Gon coming out from the backfield now, providing that one. Rotations for Zanova so he can get up that boost and more. Mr. Gopher tipping this one left, so keeping on the pressure against the University of North Dakota. There's up and there is down. Mr. Gopher tying it up.
Right, and again, this is what I'm talking about here, where you see this was a good 30 seconds of pressure coming out for Wichita State, taking the boost, not allowing North Dakota to use their speed because they don't have the boost to get speed, and keeping a clean rotation here in the midfield to allow it to come in, and then eventually you're going to have a look with Mr. Gopher high on the wall to allow it with an open net to score.
A little bit too high, Altoid a little bit lower, and that might have been a different story. We have seen teams go forth and come up and tie up shots immediately afterwards. There's no reason to believe that that's not something that Wichita State and University of North Dakota can do. Otherwise. Qui-Gon Jinn receiving this one on the other side. Actually, that's kind of smart to have just let this roll. No need to have gotten the interaction necessarily. Mr. Gopher receiving this one, keeping it over. Qui-Gon trying to get on top of this one. Unfortunately, wasn't able to come off of wall right, and now he's slightly misconstrued. Wichita State offense leads to a not set up defense. Oh, and there you go. Red Rocket again, just coming through the air with an explosive finish.
Yeah, and again, this has been the way that North Dakota has had to score, and they're going to get the lead here off Rocket's double tap. But again, he's scoring from his back half there. It's not been necessarily with tons of pressure. They're doing it quickly out of the back end, getting the ball up high towards the backboard or into a 50-50 situation that turns out favorable, and are able to take the lead here in the waning seconds. 3 seconds left. What can they do? North Dakota's going to play it down. Cannonball gets it to the ground, and we're going to see a game 4 touchdown.
Smart. We've seen other teams kind of opt to try and play that one out, but the way that North Dakota has been playing, being down 2 in the series, now this sets up the next opportunity to continue this reverse sweep. But of course, North Dakota is going to have to recreate what they just did, take this next game to then put it to the tie.
Yeah, they really are. And I mean, man, I loved their adjustments there to be able to, again, hang back and then take the chances that they could get down the sideline. But sometimes it's going to be tough. We saw Wichita come back right there with that extended pressure. If they can continue to get stuff like that, you know, North Dakota hasn't had much of an answer for it. So it's really going to have to rely on North Dakota to make those early challenges towards the midfield to get the boost and be able to hit something in transition. That's really where they've had their most success, and I look for them to do that here going into game 4.
Yeah, the moving shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with it. And again, very indicative of them being able to maintain this ball. Been playing hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of rock. These are high-level players. I believe I saw a couple grand champion tags, and they are going at it.
Yeah, for sure. You can see the grand champion level gameplay in this lobby. I mean, the way that they're reading these balls and making, I mean, that double tap right there, definitely a level of play where you're looking at least high champion to end the game. But here, almost a chance coming out. But Wichita State going to be unfortunate, not have enough boost really to get on the back of that one. Qui-Gon Jinn going to try to challenge, but right now, nothing really going for either side.
Yeah, I've realized, Shope, all we got to do is just talk about performance, and so somebody will show up on the other side. We saw Zanova, you made the claim that he wasn't fast enough, and instantly, as if he has a third sense, a second eye about these things, instantly came in rocketing with a very, very fast offensive shot. And that was that was one of the two that almost tied this up for University of North Dakota. But we're in game 4. We've purchased ourselves more Rocket League run.
That we have here, and Qui-Gon Jinn's going to take it around, trying to end this series. Now he gets it to Nova, plays it well, but Red Rocket just the last flip, able to get his card to it. That ball placed almost perfectly, just not enough behind him, and he gets to it, but Qui-Gon Jinn with another chance. It looks like North Dakota a little lost on the rotations in the back end. Can this one get middle? Gopher looking for it, but he misses his touch on it, and North Dakota is going to survive a threatening chance and turn it into an attacking play. But Red Rocket can't get around it, and man, that was some intense action tugboat.
That was about 30 seconds of back and forth. I'm amazed we came out of that with a 0-0 scoreboard. Zanova zooming on in here, trying to get with the rest. Qui-Gon has accepted this one up top, trying to get this one out. Qui-Gon now down bottom again. Mr. Gopher behind him ever so slightly. This will be set up probably for them, but no boost, and gets away from it. Qui-Gon gets it taken away. Gopher's there for the backup. Red Rocket gives him a nice tap over the side, and Orange kind of has advantage of this for the time being. Now rotations all the way back. Wichita State's got to come back and hit this defense.
Yeah, they're trying to get back and get something going right here. Getting a little lost on the front end, but Red Rocket, excuse me, Altoid actually going to be there. Gut out by Red Rocket to get it going long. And he looks for a pass middle, but Cannonball's not there, and it ends up being to Qui-Gon Jinn, who's going to have it free and open, and he missed, but on the rotation back, Cannonball puts it in.
Man, oh man, again, just coming in a little bit fast. I mean, he's got to have rocketed in on this one. If he didn't get there, that was going to be an L. That trajectory would have taken on the right. So again, I give shout outs to Cannonball. Yes, he technically hit it in, but he played the ball in a situation where otherwise it was guaranteed to have a goal against him. Guaranteed.
Yeah, that ball not really ever going to miss in that situation. You got to get back quickly there. I think you're right.
Yep. It's better to have played for that and at least tried your chances versus not, given that the trajectory was true. I think you can even see that a little farther out. What an impressive breakaway there to have taken the lead now for Wichita State. This is a state that they're more comfortable in.
Yes, it is. And getting that 1-0 lead, they've done a good job maintaining. They've had it, you know. North Dakota had success last game, one of the only games where they really scored first in, and this one's going to be a long ball. Gopher's going to take up. Could have been a little more threatening, but almost getting all the way to the goal, but just bouncing in front of it. But Altoid,
yeah, there with Red Rocket and Zanova. But after all that, nice pop out. Gives Zanova's teammate a solid shot on this one. Now stopped midfield. Good job on that one. Don't want to have any more, the momentum towards Cannonball. Missing again, flying through the air, not exploding, and not even touching this one.
Cannonball's really been the spark on their offense, I think, especially in the last game where he was the one that really got those first 2 goals to get them into it. Red Rocket finishing it off, but unfortunate from him there, not able to get to it. But here we go. Cut out in the midfield. A chance here maybe for Wichita. It's going to be past middle. Zanova up. It's down, but it is not in. And again, just missing is Wichita State.
Oh, and now that it happens, I gotta notice Zanova position there. That's the first time in quite a few minutes. Zanova comes a little bit too fast at that, but it does hit top bar appropriately. Just a little bit more, and this would have been a little bit too high there, Shope. We'd still be looking at this one going down, but as it is, Wichita State is up 2-1 in the series, and they're up 2-0 in this game with 1 minute and 12 seconds left.
And again, I just want to point out, if you guys were watching at home and trying to learn, Risha would be in Rocket League. Zanova shows you a great position right there. You want to be at midfield as that center guy. If you're closer than that, then a ball comes out, you can't get to it. Your boost lets you go forward. It doesn't let you go backwards. So you got to keep the ball in front of you. So great job from him to stay back on that one to be able to put it home from midfield.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And a funny way to put it. Boost only takes you forward, I promise. It'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting if you could start your reverse, momentum and then use boost that way. But that is theory crafting its worst again. Red Rocket with a nice push over. Qui-Gon Jinn gets the nice tap, but another member of the University of North Dakota had a fantastic one at that to corner it. But just like that, again, you take a shot. We said it earlier. You take a shot and you miss. Very frequently, the rebound is going to go to the defending team.
Yeah, that's the problem. Alpha just missed it a little bit wide there. That's one, again, that they really needed with the time dwindling here. 15 seconds left. It's looking like it's going to be series life for North Dakota. 10 seconds. They need to score here. It's up in the air. It's going to be cut out by Qui-Gon Jinn. That's a good long ball. I'm assuming he's going to keep this corner. Yeah, that's going to do it. That's going to be the series. Wichita State taking it, and it's a 4-game series span that was really, really close and really, really exciting.
It really, really was. Man, oh man, look at this. So four scores total. 4 scores from 7 years ago. No, 4 scores total for the side of University of North Dakota. Wichita State, on the other hand, made that in a game. 4-1 was the scoreline for game number 1. Wichita State taking it. 3-0 for Wichita State in game number 2. And then game 3 being a different story. 3-2, as close as it gets here. North Dakota did take that one out. So this is one that was not a stomp. And 2-0 there in the end. So unfortunately, University of North Dakota did take 2 L's in which they did not score a single goal. But that doesn't matter with how close the rest of this is. I know it's kind of like a typical statement to say, oh, well, this is the result, but is not indicative of how close this game was. But that 100% applies here.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think the Wichita State did look a little bit better, like the better team there. They looked like they played together just a little bit better, whereas North Dakota was very reliant on their individual skill, and they had plenty of it. I'll say that they had plenty of individual skill to go around.
Yes.
But I think, being early season, they're going to have a long time to be able to work on this and really try to get some of that chemistry down that you can see was so apparent on that Wichita State team that I think carried them over the top there. So both of these teams are going to be fun teams to watch moving forward.
Absolutely. Wichita State did take this one out, but I can guarantee you this isn't the last you've seen of these two. They will be doing battle here in the future, some very evenly matched players. Now, I do believe we have reached my least favorite part of any broadcast show, and that, of course, is our end. Now, I do have good news for you. You're not going to hear the great Tugboat, the great Shope's voice anymore today, but there are more Rocket League action going down on the other Twitch page. And I do believe we'll be rating on that one on in. So just stay on in here and you'll have some more EGF Rocket League coming at you, provided this time by the Golden Throats. That's Door and that's Cool J. They sound great and you'll be able to see them in just a second. I'm FBI Tugboat. You can find me on Twitter at FBI_Tugboat. And Shope is at...
Great show, baby. Find me on Twitter. And happy again to be able to do this. And yeah, tune in over there. Hit this raid and you're going to see some more awesome action today.
Absolutely. Going right over there. Appreciate you guys watching.